Hello, friends at home. I am sitting here with all of your friends in the classroom. Everyone say hello.
Hi.
And we are getting ready to do today's math lesson. If you open up your red math books, the one that has the choo-choo train on the cover, we are beginning chapter 2 today. We took our chapter 1 test, so we are now done with chapter 1, and we are starting chapter 2. So chapter 2, the first page is on page 41. So make sure you have your books open to 41, and I have it here on the screen for you as well. So whether you are sitting at home or you are sitting here in the classroom, you can either look down at your book or you can look up at the board. Both places have page 41. At the top of page 41, it says add 3 numbers. So far, we have been talking about part, and whole. Those are 2 numbers that we bring together to give us a sum or a total. Today, we are going to see what happens when we have more than just 2 parts. And more specifically, today we will have 3 parts. So instead of just part equals a whole, we're going to have part equals a whole. So we're looking at 3 parts now, or 3 addends instead of 2. So if you look at the example that they have for us here on page 41, we have friends who are picking flowers. So I have 3 different color markers here just to kind of show you the 3 different friends, just to help you visualize what we're working with here. So I'm going to move myself to the other side of the screen. Whee! Okay. That way I can use this whole space here to go over this problem. Okay, so it says Mia, that's our first friend. Mia picks 2 daisies. Raise your hand if you love daisies. I think those are daisies. They're yellow though. Either way, they're beautiful flowers. So you don't have to write anything down. I'm going to write down a 2. If you would like to circle the 2 daisies, that would be awesome, because we usually circle our parts or our add-ins, okay? All right, the next thing that it says is Anna picks 4 flowers. Okay, so circle the 4 daisies or 4 flowers, and I'm going to use this other color to show that Anna picks 4. Okay. And then the last part here, it says Josie picks 3 daisies or 3 flowers. So go ahead and circle 3, and I'll write down my 3rd number. All right. The question then that you can underline says, how many flowers do they pick in all? So we're trying to figure out not just part plus part, but part plus part plus part. And I'm going to help you learn the easiest ways to do that, okay? When we are adding 3 different parts or 3 different add-ins, what we do is called grouping. So you will pick 2 numbers to add together first, then you will add the 3rd number, okay? Now, there are several different ways that you can group, and because God made each of our brains unique and special, different ways work better for different people. So I'm going to show you how to group numbers, but then you are going to decide as you start working on your own which numbers you would like to group first, because the way your brain works might be different than the way my brain works or the person sitting next to you's brain works, okay? So just to show you an example, one way that we can group, if I were to write this, if you look up at the board now, as an addition sentence, I have my plus sign here and then my equals, okay? What we can do is we can group top down. So I would take my first 2 numbers, so don't do anything, just look at the board. My first 2 numbers, and I'm going to group them together first. So Johnny, if I add 2 and 4, what number do I get? 6. Excellent. So I'm going to put a 6 here because 2 plus 4 is 6. Now, I've added my 2 and my 4, but Johnny, I still have another number to add, don't I? What number is that? 3. So if I brought my 6 here, so let's bring our 3 over there too. And now I can have another addition problem. This time I'm adding just 2 numbers. Well, I know part whole, that's easy. So Ava June, what is 6 plus 3? Remember, start with your big number and count on. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6 plus 3, Ava June? 9. So now, friends, let's look back. If I know that 2 and 4 is 6, add in my 3, I get 9. Then 2 plus 4 plus 3 must be, everyone? 9. So 2 plus 4 plus 3 equals 9. The girls picked 9 flowers in all. Now, I'm not going to erase my numbers, but I'm going to erase the work that I did, okay? So keep your eyes up here. I'm going to erase this work that I did. Use my fingers so I don't accidentally erase. Okay. Now, same problem. I've got 2 plus 4 plus 3, but this time I'm going to try grouping a different way. This time I'm going to group bottom up. Okay? So now instead of doing the first 2 numbers together first, I'm going to add these 2 numbers together first. I'm going to group my 4 and my 3. So Lillian, what is 4 plus 3? Close. I have 4 plus 3 more, so I say 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 plus 3 is 7. I'll bring over my 7. And now I have my 2 left, so I have to bring over my 2. Now, Lillian, if I add 2 plus 7, what do I get? 2 plus 7. So I have 7 plus 2 more. 7, 8, 9. Boys and girls, 2 plus 4 plus 3 is 9. Did my answer change when I grouped a different amount of numbers first? No! So did it matter if I grouped the 2 and the 4 together first, or if I grouped the 4 and the 3 together first? Did that matter? No, it didn't matter, because as long as you group the numbers and don't forget to bring over the leftover number, your answer will not change. Okay? Now, if we were writing out our problems left to right instead of up and down, I'll show you what that looks like. So we have 2, 4, and 3, okay? Sometimes we write our addition problems like this. 2, oops, I think 4, and 3, okay? Same problem, but now we're writing it across. So it's 2 plus 4 plus 3 equals what number, okay? But I can do the work the same way. I can either group the 2 and the 4, which gave me 6, and then bring down my plus 3, which gives me 9. Or I could group the 4 and the 3, which gave me 7. Bring up my 2 plus 7 equals 9. No matter which way I add it, those 3 numbers equal 9. And that's what we're doing today. So now let's go into our practice problems. Okay? And the practice problems start on the top of the next page. So you need to turn the page. And looking at number 1 on my practice problem, they've kind of worked it out for us. Number 1 had 2 plus 3 plus 4, and we can group together. They decided to group the 2 and the 3 first, which gave them what number? 5. Then they brought over the 4, because you don't want to forget about the 4. And altogether, 5 plus 4 equals 9. So go ahead and trace those numbers for number 1. And then I'm going to get number 2 written up here. Okay. So for number 2, we have the numbers 1 plus 5 plus 2. Okay, and they want to know how many? 1 plus 5 plus 2. So Ava June, which 2 did they decide to group together first for number 2? 5 and 2. So we take our 5 and our 2. We're going to group them together. And what amount do I get when I add 5 and 2? Emily? 7. Beautiful. Now I can't forget to bring my 1 over. See how they brought the 1 over? So now I have 1 plus 7. And Landon, what is 1 plus 7? 8. So if 1 plus 7 equals 8, then 1 plus 5 plus 2 also must equal 8. So for this one, you should put a 7 here, and then both of your answers are 8. All right. Victoria, let's take a look at number 4. Okay, they already kind of filled in number 3 for you, so you can just trace those answers. Let's look at number 4. Do you see number 4, Victoria? Read me the numbers that you see in number 4. Read me the problem. I see 5 plus what? Plus 1 plus 4. Do you see it, sweetheart? Do you see it on your paper? Okay, 5 plus 1 plus 4. Which 2 numbers did they decide to add together first, Victoria? They put a red box around them. What 2 numbers? I'm going to come over to your book for a second. Hang on. All right, so Victoria, for number 4, which 2 numbers did they add together first? 5 and 1. Excellent. So I'm going to box up my 5 and my 1. Now, Johnny, when I add 5 and 1, how much do I get? What number? 5 plus 1. 6. Excellent. Now, I can't forget that I still have this plus 4 here that I have to factor in. So bring down your 4. Now, Faith, what is 6 plus 4? Close. We have 6 plus 4 more would be 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, I'll show you, boys and girls, if I was doing this problem, do you want to see how I would have grouped it? They grouped 5 and 1. I would have said, I'm going to group 1 and 4, and here's why. 1 plus 4 is 5. And I know very easily that 5 plus 5 equals 10, because that's a doubles, and we're going to work on doubles this week. So 6 plus 4 is 10, 5 plus 1 plus 4 is 10, 5 plus 5 is 10. No matter how we add the numbers together, we get the same answer, because in addition, it doesn't matter the order. Remember I told you it was kind of like putting vegetables into a pot of vegetable soup. Doesn't matter what order you put them in, they're all going into the same pot, right? All right. So now let's do this problem solving one, okay? It says, Shane draws 1 circle. Everybody circle that, 1 circle. And I'm going to draw 1 circle, okay? Shane draws 1 circle. It says he draws 2 squares. So circle 2 squares. And he draws 4 triangles. Circle 4 triangles. And the question asks, how many shapes does Shane draw in all? Explain how you know. Well, if I take those ones together, I know right away there's 3, right? And then if I add in my 4 triangles, what's 3 plus 4, everyone? 7. So how many shapes did he draw all together? 7. And we know that because we grouped together our 1 and our 2 first, and then we added in our 4. Okay? All right, we're going to stop there, and I'm going to start another video for our friends at home.